He is Jody Rainey, president of the Heritage Conference, and so involved right now in conference activities and in District 6 activities. And oh, by the way, he's the principal at Homer Center High. Not that you're a busy guy, but you made time to come visit us this morning. I appreciate that.
I left the row button charge for Boss's Day
Did
today. Yeah, so that was my gift to the people that I supervise at Homer. I just learned that here, so I called down and told them to put a row button charge.
They're probably very grateful for that.
Right. Make them happy, according to the survey.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got a whole bunch of things happening, as I said, and coming up this Saturday is a big event for the Heritage
This Saturday
Conference.
is our annual Heritage Conference cheer competition.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have all 10 schools that will be represented. That'll be held at Blairsville High School. It starts at 6 p.m. And we have the judges. They'll come in, and somebody will be crowned the Heritage Conference cheer champion. There are tickets available. They'll be limited, but they are available. The gates at Blairsville High School open up at 5:30. And tickets, I believe, are $5 a piece, and that's for adult or student. And again, the gates open at 5:30. Competition starts at 6.
I would guess that's a very loud competition.
I tell you what, the skill sets of some of those girls and how they can jump, spin, and flip, halfway. They could flip probably from here back to their schools. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's such an athletic display.
Mm-hmm.
So if you enjoy that type of thing, but I think that it's cheering has certainly morphed and grown into a true athletic event in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And then next Wednesday comes a really big event, a big day for the Heritage Conference.
In addition to next Wednesday, it's we're very pleased to announce that yesterday we have secured a sponsorship from CNB Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to send out a shout out to Bill Stewart. He's the vice president of commercial lending at CNB. And so they have agreed to be our sponsor. So we are having the first at the KCAC, it'd be the Heritage Conference Championship Volleyball Tournament presented by CNB Bank. And so how that will work is we have 2 sections in volleyball. We know the 4 teams. We just don't know who's playing who yet. We know that West Shamokin is the top seed, and they will represent the north side of the section. They will play in the first semifinal game,
mm-hmm.
and they will face the south runner-up. And the south runner-up and the south champion will be determined Thursday night between Homer Center and Ligonier Valley.
Oh, okay.
If whoever wins that match on Thursday night will be the South Section champion. So it'll be West Shamokin in the first semifinal game. They will face the North runner-up, or the South runner-up, in the semifinal. And Northern Cambria is the North runner-up, and they will face off against the South champion in the second semifinals. Now, the semifinals are going to be best of 3 instead of best of 5. And then those 2 semifinal winners will meet the same night at the KCAC, and they will play for the Heritage Conference Volleyball Championship as presented by CNB Bank.
There you go. So we're gonna first figure out who the 2 South representatives. Well, the order in which the 2 South.
Right.
Where's that tomorrow night?
It will be at Ligonier Valley.
They've played each other twice already.
We've played. They visited us earlier this year, and they defeated us in a 5-set match.
A thriller.
And we were in control in the 5th set and let it slip through.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are certainly looking for the opportunity to get out there and compete against Ligonier. And hopefully we can win. If we win, it'll be our 2nd consecutive South Section championship.
So then you're back. And I'll tell you what, those 2 teams from the North, one's a defending state champ, and the other is one of those traditional big, strong programs that has won state championships.
Right. Well, we have the defending. I think the Heritage Conference volleyball is phenomenal. And, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I mean, the premier programs in our conference are West Shamokin and Northern Cambria. Mm-hmm. Northern Cambria being the defending Class A state champions. And, so I think Ligonier and Homer Center both realize that, that's going to be a monumental challenge for them in the semifinals. But, in order to win a championship, you at least have to make it there.
Yep.
And I know I can speak for Homer Center. I know our girls will be ready for the challenge, and they'll show up, and they're going to give 100% effort, and they're going to represent their section and their school the way that we would anticipate that they would. And, I know one thing, it'll start 0-0, and so we'll see how it ends. But, so we're looking forward to the opportunity at Homer. But I do think that, if West Shamokin and Northern Cambria split this season already, then they really bring it. I mean, it is very highly competitive. If you love competitive athletic events, you need to be at the KCAC next Wednesday night.
So the evening gets underway at 6:00. Doors will open at 5?
Yeah, doors will open around 5, and it's $5 gets you all 3 matches for tonight. And so you can get those tickets at the KCAC box office. You can also purchase them online. There is a little upcharge for handling fees if you purchase them online. And also, I know pre-sale tickets are currently available at Northern Cambria, West Shamokin, and Homer Center High Schools right now.
Okay, so there you go. Fill that place up for that. That'll be a great night of sports activity there.
We're so excited, and we are so appreciative of CNB Bank coming on. The Heritage Conference, I think, Todd, I always say it all the time I'm here, is our mission is to promote and provide positive and enriching experiences for our students. And, so the cooperation of many of our sponsors, but in this particular case, talking volleyball, CNB Bank makes such a difference. It enables us as a conference to provide more opportunities even outside of volleyball for our students, in different areas. Because, Heritage, what makes us unique is that we are not just athletics. We are academics, athletics, and the arts. And so the residual effect of the support of people like CNB Bank and our other sponsors that we have certainly go a long way into providing other opportunities in the areas of academics and the arts for our students. Those are residual effects that we gain through the generosity of our sponsors.
Yeah, big doings there. Okay, so that's next Wednesday. Meanwhile, next weekend, we've got a lot happening on the football fields.
Yeah, let me go back to volleyball real quick, too. I also want to give a shout-out and appreciation. The IUP women's volleyball team has agreed to also volunteer their time at the tournament next week. They'll be handing out programs for free, just giving programs out to those coming as spectators to the event. And also, if KCAC obviously is a bigger court, and when the ball goes out of bounds, it rolls for a while. So they're going to help us in a lot of different ways. And so we are appreciative of the IUP women's volleyball team as well. So just wanted to give them a shout out and recognize them.
Good on them. All right.
Yep. So next weekend is crossover challenge weekend for football with the Westpac. And then obviously the Appalachian Bowl Championship will be next Saturday, the 26th at 7 o'clock. And it's the Heritage's turn to host. So it will be at Penn's Manor at 7 o'clock kickoff. And I believe right now, obviously, Ligonier Valley will represent the Heritage. And there's a 3-way tie atop the Westpac. But my understanding in conversations, the way that their tiebreakers are set, it appears that it will be Portage representing the Westpac in that Appalachian Bowl championship game.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be really big at Penn's Manor, and folks can get their tickets now for that, yes?
Well, those those are the option of Ligonier Valley and Portage if they want to pre-sell.
Okay.
The tickets, though, are $5 for adults or students. And then for that event, First Commonwealth Bank here is also our sponsor for the Appalachian Bowl and Crossover Weekend. So I think in addition to like next weekend, it's a whole slate weekend full of football for us. So First Commonwealth Bank providing that opportunity for the Appalachian Bowl and the Crossover Weekend. So the Heritage will host all the crossover matches or games. So that means on Friday night at 7 o'clock, Heritage 2 versus Westpac 2. Those will be announced. Those matchups will be announced on Monday at the latest. because, like I said, there's a lot of ties across both leagues, and the tiebreakers have to come into play. But, so the tickets at the crossover games are the normal ticket prices. Those are home games for the Heritage teams. And then the championship game, like I said, is $5. So, we do lease the facility from Penn's Manor, so it is considered a home game for Ligonier Valley. But like I said, I mean, I go back to this, Todd. I know people have opinions on a lot of things as regards to football and size and classifications, but the thing is, this is an opportunity for students, for children, to go out and compete and represent their school and communities. And so I'm hoping that people will come out and support the Heritage Conference and support students and show up at not only the crossover games, but also the Appalachian Bowl next Saturday.
Absolutely.
For $5, plus you get to watch two bands perform at halftime.
There you go.
Cheerleaders. So
it's an event.
Again, it's the residual effect that things have on other than just football teams. The communities have an opportunity to do something positive together. Mm-hmm. You have cheerleaders that get to cheer. You get band members that get to perform. I love about the Heritage Conference and our championship events is it recognizes, it brings all three of those elements of academics, athletics, and the arts together.
Absolutely. All right. Before we're done with you here this morning, we have to ask you about Ligonier Valley's decision to leave District 6 and enter the WPIAL. The various things that have to happen in order for that to occur, including votes by the Heritage Conference and by District 6 and by the WPIAL. Should all of those be approved, I'm sure that you are beginning the process of deciding, okay, where does the conference go from here, having lost a team? And so some meetings, I'm sure, are being set up.
Yeah, the first step that has to happen is, and Ligonier has taken that step, is their school board has approved a motion to seek their release from District 6 and then to pursue potential opportunities with District 7 or the WPIAL. So the first vote that occurred was the fact that Ligonier Valley's board did approve their administration to pursue that release and then those opportunities with District 7. So the next step really is District 6, and that is to grant the release of Ligonier Valley from District 6 for them then to pursue opportunities at District 7. Procedurally, for us at the Heritage, we're going to actually, in the request that we've received from Ligonier, is that they're requesting the release from the Heritage effective next school year, pending the approval of District 6.
Okay.
So we have a meeting with the Heritage Conference on Monday to discuss and then consider that request from Ligonier Valley. And I've had many conversations. I kind of anticipated this was coming because I've had conversations with Mr. Cantor, their principal at Ligonier Valley. And I go back to what I've been trying to say all day. I think the hardest decision for Ligonier Valley in all this is that they recognize that the Heritage Conference is unique in the fact that we provide opportunities academically, athletically, and in the arts. You're not going to get that in any other conference or any other league. And so they value that those opportunities in the Heritage. And so I've had many conversations about that with Mr. Cantor, and I know that was a very pointed part of our conversations. And part of it was, my advice was that I thought that they should do what they felt as a district and as an administrative team, what was best for their students and their community and their school. And, so I certainly, I'm one person that values highly the contributions. Ligonier Valley is a founding member of our conference. I value the many different ways they've contributed to our conference over the years. And so, but I do anticipate that, at least on the Heritage's end, that approval will be granted. And that would be our recommendation to District 6, that they would support that request.
Yeah, and then begins the process of figuring out where the conference goes from here.
Yeah, part of that meeting on Monday, too, it's a special meeting, so we don't have any formal agenda that I put out to the conference member schools that I'd like to go around the table and just from each school hear what they believe to be the current strengths of our conference, their concerns, and kind of what their future vision is for our conference. And again, keeping in mind, and I've emphasized this numerous times, that our mission is to provide enriching and positive experiences for our students in all areas, academics, athletics, and the arts. And so whatever decisions we make, who we may try to pursue, those will be deliberate. They will take time. And there's no guarantee, but we've functioned as a conference for a few years, obviously, with only 9 teams. If we need to do that, then we can. That's not new experience for us. So I feel very confident that the Heritage Conference will remain strong, and we'll continue to provide those opportunities for our students that that are at the heart of us. We cannot make a decision solely on football, on athletics, or just on academics. We got to understand that any decision that we make has an impact on the 3 things that are the core of our mission. And so we just need to be deliberate on that and be open to any ideas that may be outside the box that is not traditionally the way we view things at the Heritage.
Very good. Very good. And well put. Thank you, Jody, for coming in to visit with us today.
Oh, thanks. We do have a lot going on, so this is one more shout out. If you're a cheer fan, get out on Blairsville. There are tickets available at the door. That'd be Saturday, this Saturday at 6 o'clock. Gates open at 5:30. This coming Wednesday, again, the Heritage Conference Volleyball Championships at the KCAC. You get 2 semifinals and a championship match, and appreciate again our sponsor is presented by CNB Bank. And if you don't have enough field by Wednesday with volleyball, you got the crossover weekends hosted by the Heritage. Every Heritage school will be playing Friday night at 7, with the exception of Ligonier Valley, who will be in the Appalachian Bowl Championship Saturday. So within the next 7 days, starting on Saturday, you have 4 opportunities to come out and support the Heritage and get your feel for promoting students and all their efforts and the things that they bring to our school and our communities.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM.